I'm about to rebuild my website, my personal website, again. If you know me, you're probably rolling your eyes a little bit because I've done this more times than I could possibly count. I'm a bit of a tinkerer when it comes to internet things, and I like building things online. And I especially love rebuilding this one particular thing, whether it's choosing a new platform, a new structure, deciding what to include, or just starting over completely from scratch. But this time, I'm trying really hard to exercise a little bit of self control. And I wanted to slow down and stop for a minute before I dive in and actually sit with a question that I've never really bothered to answer. Not which platform to use or how to design it. No, just what is this thing actually for? Why have a personal website? Well, there's a lot of answers for that, but why do I want a personal website in the first place? And it turned out that I had to go back like 17 years to begin to answer that question because I think that's when this hobby of mine started initially. I was in college and I started a blog. Why? Well, my friends were doing it. But once I got into it, I thought it was so cool. It was so cool to have a space of my own, somewhere that was mine, if you will. And I also loved that little thrill that I got of imagining that somebody might stumble onto something that I had made. Here's one of the things that I had kind of forgotten, though. You see, back then, the people who were reading my blog were people that I actually knew in real life. I mean, search engines were not sending anyone my way, and I'm honestly not even sure they'd indexed the internet all that well yet. Feeling kind of old, okay? We bloggers mostly found each other through link chains or one blog pointing to the next. The only way somebody knew my blog existed was if I emailed them the link. So mostly it was just my college friends and a few family, people who already knew me. And thinking back, that was kind of the magic of it. It was a real way to stay in touch, a way for the people in my life to know what I was thinking about and what I was up to. Hold on to that idea because it matters for where I'm going with this. So what happened? Why have I been rebuilding this thing on a loop ever since? Well, for a long time, I blamed, and probably rightfully blamed, my obsession with trying new platforms. It was always, well, this tool is wrong, or the next one will fix this little teeny problem I have, or I can't find a WordPress plugin that does this exact thing that I want, so I might as well scrap the whole thing and go back to Blogger. But if I'm super honest with myself, and I think back over my years of doing this, I think the same thing kept going wrong. I think the same thing went wrong twice, and in almost the same way. The first time, money crept in. Well, I mean, I wish money crept in. It actually didn't, but the idea of money. It started becoming popular to monetize your blog. I started reading all these articles about growing your audience and making money from your writing. And look, I'll be honest, that got me excited. Maybe too excited, because somewhere in there, I totally lost the ability to write about what I actually cared about. I started agonizing about finding a niche, and I started trying to pick topics for reach or readership or something, I don't know. I even started dabbling in SEO. I was writing for an algorithm instead of for a person. And then when social media came along, the exact same thing happened. It started as a fun way to keep in touch with close friends, and then it slowly turned into another funnel, another thing to grow. It was the same hook sinking into the same spot in my brain. And the strange part is, I didn't even have a real reason to be chasing this. I just couldn't not. So what changed? Why am I sitting here now, many years later, actually still giving this a try and thinking that I may have figured it out this time? And this probably sounds a little cringy or corny, but honestly, I think I've just grown up a little bit. As I've gotten older, I've gotten better at validating myself. I don't need some number going up to feel like what I'm making is worth making. It doesn't have to be valuable to anybody else. The act of creating it, that's what makes it valuable to me. And once I started realizing that and kind of settling in, the whole temptation to try to monetize a hobby didn't have as much left to grab onto in my mind. And without that weird temptation, if you will, of money pulling on me, the real purpose had room to surface. So here's what I think my personal website is actually for these days. It's a place where I want to document the things that I love doing. I do all kinds of things. I play the violin, I write letters and postcards, read, watch movies, and documenting these things isn't really the point on its own. It's how I get better at doing them. This could be wishful thinking, but I feel like putting it out in the open keeps me honest and a little more thoughtful about how I do these activities. And of course, we can't forget the site itself, the building of it. I just want to luxuriate in the process of creating a website. I want to make it slowly, with no pressure and no constraints, for the plain joy of building. And I have to admit, I'm still hoping for that old thrill I used to experience back at the very start. The idea that someone out there who loves the same things that I love might just happen upon what I have created. I'm not doing it for them, but the hope that they might find me anyway, that's the magic I've been trying to get back. Now, there's one part of this I want to be really careful about because it's easy to misread, okay? But a big reason that I feel like I can finally do this at this moment in my life is AI. The second I say that, I know what it sounds like, okay? It's like I'm about to spin up some website full of AI generated slop. And trust me, that is not what this is. This is way worse than that. This is slop generated by me personally. But seriously, I don't have any interest in using AI to write the site for me. It's not doing the hobbies for me either that I'm documenting. Whatever I put on the site is mine. What AI actually does for me, and this is what I'm so excited about, is it lowers the friction between doing the things I love and getting them documented. I believe it's going to help me build all the little automated workflows that help me capture the hobbies, the violin practice, the letter writing, the books, the movies, and so on, and get them onto the site without me having to do every piece of it by hand, which is what I was used to doing in the past and is honestly why I burnt out so many times on this hobby. And I know like a lot of this isn't new necessarily, like it's been technically possible for years for people to do this, for people who have real coding skills. I'm just not one of them. I never had the chops or the time to learn with everything else going on in my life. So in a way, that's the wall I kept hitting, and AI is what I hope is finally going to lower it. So that's where I've landed for right now. For the first time, I think I actually know what the site is for and what it's not for. And for the first time, I think I could build the version of it I've had in my head all along. At least I think I can. We'll find out. I like the idea of documenting that build right here as I go, what I'm making, what I'm throwing out, what works, what doesn't work. So if any of this nerdy stuff sounds interesting to you, or you've had experiences doing this yourself, the writing, the website building, the blogging, the slow hobbies, the wanting to be found by your people, well, I'd love to hear from you. That's kind of the whole point. So stay tuned. I think there's more coming soon.